Hello everyone, welcome back to the 120th. Today we are going to be talking about pinhole photography. There is World Pinhole Photography Day coming up, and its approach has highlighted to me that I don't know anything about pinhole photography, and I probably should. A lot of people do it and a lot of people enjoy it, so I'm going to give it a go. Please excuse, by the way, the plaster on my lip. My beautiful daughters kicked me in the face one too many times, my lip split. So that's what that is. The plan is I'm going to make a pinhole lens board for the Intrepid, which is here. So I'll make a lens board to fit in there with a small hole in the middle. I'm going to use MrPinhole.com, the website, to work out calculations and the size of the hole required and therefore the focal length and all the rest of it. And then I'm going to get hold of my good friend Ash, and we're going to go out and we're going to shoot some pictures. As you know, I'm not a huge fan of landscapes, and I know that pinhole is most often used to shoot landscape type photos, but I want to use it to shoot people, so that's what I'm going to do. And we'll see how it fares. So first things first, I need to build a pinhole board. So we'll start with that.
I've got a lens board that I've partially made up, which I was going to use for something else. There we go, that one, cut out of aluminium. I'll try and cut a circular piece of brass. I'm going to glue it to one side. I'll leave this bare.
I'm using a 1/2 mil thick sheet of brass to cut the actual pinhole section.
There's enough to be tidy, which is fortunate because I'm not a tidy person.
This should hopefully be thin enough and soft enough to allow me to make a very small hole. Then contact adhesive to stick the brass to the aluminium.
There we go. And then we'll stick this out in the sun to dry. Get a bit of heat on it.
Right then, lens board is finished. Fits all right. Okay, the next job is to drill a hole in it. We are going with a 90mm focal length, which requires a 0.4mm hole, and will give me equivalent of f225, which is, you know, let's hope it's sunny tomorrow. This is what I'm going to be using. Micro drills. I don't know if this is going to work. It doesn't work. The drills are too soft and the brass is too thick. I stick with it for a bit, but then I run out of patience and use a hammer. Oh shit. Right, now the question is, how much bigger than 0.4mm is that? Not much, I wouldn't have said. Right, let's go with that. Right then, I've taken it a step further and I've put 2 stick-on magnets on the edges here. I then got another, what was a lens board that I was making, which is actually steel. So this is aluminium, but this is steel, and therefore it will stick to the magnets. And then I put some just sticky black felt on the inside. So my exposures will be take it off, put it back on again. It was the quickest and easiest solution I could think of. So there we go. This pinhole, in theory, is f225, and obviously my light meter doesn't go that high. I'm not sure that any light meters go that high. So what they've got on MrPinhole.com is a conversion table, so that you can essentially meter at f32, for example. Their conversion table will tell you what time you should be looking at. Anyway, I've got all the numbers, so let's get out and let's shoot some stuff.
All right then, here we go again with the amazing Ash. You look the business, mate.
Hello.
You look awesome.
Thank you, mate.
We're out with the pinhole camera this morning on the Intrepid, on the 4x5. I've asked Ash to dress in some fairly contrasty clothing, and with his amazing funky hair and sunglasses, I think he's going to look the nuts. So we're going to get out and try and find some good backgrounds. I've got a couple of spots lined up.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
It is a beautiful day. We've got sunshine, which is, as I was explaining to Ash a moment ago, it's really helpful because with this pinhole camera, the exposures can be, especially if you're in a dark place, can be really long. But hopefully we'll get away with some like half-second or second-long exposures today. But you're ready to hold stock still.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to be your job today, is essentially being a statue.
Okay.
Just I'm going to ask you to throw a pose and then just stand completely stock still for a minute.
Yeah,
all right?
I can do that, I'm sure.
Good man. All right, let's go exploring. Let's go find some good backgrounds.
Let's do it.
All right. Right then, this is our first location down here. It's Worcester Lodge. Near Did Martin. I quite like, but try and get this starkness of the lodge against the. I'll show you that, the lodge against the background, you know, with nothing behind it. So, according to the wonderful Mr. Pinhole website, according to their conversion table, I should shoot somewhere. I should meter about ISO 64. So I might. I'm shooting with 400 ASA film, of course. So I might even come down below 50 because FOMA 400 famously underexposes. So I think we're going to meter. I'll try and meter at something like ISO 40 and the f-stop to 64. Okay, so that gives us about a second basically. That makes sense. That sounds about right. Right, so let's turn the film back so that we are horizontal. So we've got a 70-degree field of vision on this, which is probably about that. Yeah, so we're somewhere, yeah, that's fine, do whatever you need to do. Yeah, okay, I think we'll go with this. Let's try this. I think you could do something with your arms. Yeah, that's nice. Down a bit, maybe this, what you were doing before. Yeah, so don't lean too far this way, lean back a little bit. I want to see the building behind you. Back towards the sun. Yeah, nice, that's it, that's the one. So hold that there. Dark slide out, and we're going for a 1 second exposure. Hang on. Okay, so we're literally gonna lift the cover off. Ready, Ash? And go, and stop. Do you think that was enough? Was that a second? I don't know if that was a second. That might have been a bit short, but we'll do one more. So right hand down a tiny bit. There, that's it, perfect. Okay, and gonna go a little bit longer this time. And 1 and a bit, back in. Well, this is a very unusual way of working, I have to say.
It feels like nothing's happening.
It does, doesn't it? Feels distinctly like nothing's happening. I don't. I've shot pinhole before on digital, but not on film, and definitely feels weird. So, all right, well, you know, we have to assume that this is working in some form. Not really. I don't know what's going on. All right, let's stuff everything into the boot of the car, and let's move on to another location. Right then, this is our next location. Quite like this kind of tree-lined road. Yeah, this is looking good, I'd say. So, dark side out. And we're going for half a second this time. 3, 2, 1, go. Half, back in again. Right then, Ash, let's do something a bit more traditional in this same setting. So you want you here, but facing that way. And then we're going to come all the way down. Dark slide out. Ready, Ash?
Ready.
And 3, 2, 1, go. 1. Oops. Longer than a second that, wasn't it? Okay. Lock. That's frames 3 and 4. I tell you what I'd like to do. I'm going to do a slightly crazy funky. Ash with his sunglasses on, looking down into the lens. Me shooting up with the tree behind you. Here we go. Okay, do your thing. So maybe not quite so close. See if you can get a bit more. Stand upright. Yeah. No, so you edge forward, edge closer. Yeah, and then lean back. There. And we're looking for a second and a half here. Ready, Ash? Stock still. 1 and a bit. Pretty scientific this, eh? Right, at ease, mate. I really like this, so let's try some sort of variation on the same thing. Yeah, nice, that's beautiful. All right, let's try and get an angle on it as well. There, that's it. Okay, hold that there, hold that there. And we're gonna go 1.5 seconds again. Out comes the dark slide. Here it comes. 1 Mississippi and a half Mississippi. We happy with that, do you think? All right, dark slide back in. All of it, I haven't got a fucking clue what's going on. Yeah.
Hard to judge if it's okay or not.
That's nice, Ash. I mean, you know, if we are shooting a catalogue, then that's exactly how I would have you. I think we all know what sort of shoot Ash would like to be doing, eh? Ladies and gentlemen, catalogue model available. Right, I would like you, on this verge here, to get right down with your chin on the floor. Maybe even something like that, and I'm going to shoot you in here. What do you think? You cool with that? Now this will rely on me being able to get this camera down low enough. I might have to take it off the tripod. We're going to do a shot of portrait here. There is Ash being something of a legend.
At one with the earth.
At one with the earth. And this is what I love about Ash. He just does whatever I ask him to do. Even if it makes no sense. Yeah. Looking down the lens. 1, and here we go. 1.5 seconds. We're going to do the same frame again. I wonder if I should try and get a bit closer. All right, I'm going to try and do this a little bit handheld here. About there. Right, dark side out. This may have some wobble in it. Ready? 1 and a bit, and maybe 2. Cool. All right, you may stand, Ash. Thank you so much for entertaining me. Cool, well, Ash, as always, you've been a legend, and you've entertained my stupid ideas, and who knows what shots we'll get from it. But thank you very much, really appreciate it. Once again, anybody needs a catalogue model who can do this pose. I mean, it is beautiful, Ash, it really is. Ash's the man to talk to. I'll put his link down in the description. So we'll take these frames back to the darkroom now and see what we've got. I'm still not convinced by Pinhole. Let's see.
So there we go, we're back. I thought that went all right. There were some good shots in there, some shots I really like. I really like the ones of Ash leaning over the camera. And there were a couple of others that I thought were okay as well. The photos were much blurrier than I was expecting. I was expecting some fairly soft, pinhole photography is not all about sharpness. So I was expecting, fairly soft photos. And I think that there could be a number of things that I've done wrong. First of all, I may not have got the 90mm between the pinhole and the film plane exactly right. That pinhole may not be exactly 0.4mm. I did, after all, do it with a hammer in the end. I seem to recall from reading, either this time or previously, that whilst there is in theory no point of focus, because your hole is so small that everything is in focus and everything's a little bit soft at the same time, there is obviously an optimum range, and we were seeing that with a few of those photos where Ash was very blurry in the foreground, but some of the trees behind him were a little bit sharper. So I probably wasn't positioning him in the right place. However, I want him to be right up in the lens. They're the photos I want to take. So is there some way of adapting a pinhole board so that nearer objects will be sharper? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Maybe a wider hole will cause nearer objects to be sharper and more distant objects to be softer. Maybe it will cause other problems. I don't know. You're into kind of the real physics of light, which I think is possibly what part of the attraction of pinhole photography is. That you're into the physics of light and how those light waves behave when passed through a very small hole. I'm sure there are some very clever pinhole people knocking about the internet who will happily enlighten me. There we go. That was my first foray into pinhole photography. I enjoyed it. It was good fun. A big thanks to Ash, as always. He did a cracking job. Cheers, Ash. Thanks, mate. I'll see you for the next one. And I shall see you guys for the next one as well. Which will be Bronica S2A. I bought a new S2A, which I saw on eBay going for a good price. And it's come with some extra lenses. So I'm going to get out and about on the streets and I'm going to shoot with a selection of lenses on the S2A. So if you have an S2A, or you're interested in medium format and the different sort of focal lengths and what they look like, then come along for that. That should be fun. I do hope you enjoyed coming along with me and watching me getting pinhole photography mostly wrong. One of these days I'll learn my lesson and I will read what I need to read before I go and do a shoot. I don't know when that day is, and that's a great reason to subscribe. If you subscribe to the channel, then you'll get notifications and you will almost certainly catch that video when I eventually learn my lesson. You might be waiting a while, but there'll be some fun videos in the meantime. Hit that subscribe button. It will make you happy.